Hello there, Larry. Regular customer here, regular listener, John in Orlando. And I have this nice old 2003 Dodge van, Ram van. And I was up north visiting some friends, and it started dripping oil out of the front, like the front seal or something. Annoying little drip. It's 155,000 miles. It's a 5.2 engine. It's been AMSOIL front to back for a dozen years. I get back to Florida. It was up 30 in the 30s up north. I get back to warm old Florida, and I put a pan of kitty litter under it, and it's not dripping a drop of oil. How can a vehicle choose to, cold weather drip and then warm weather not drip? It's motor oil, but now it's not dripping any oil 1,000 miles later.
Well,
Help me.
Maybe vehicles like to move north for the same reason people do. Here's the situation, John, and I try to mention this as soon as we start getting some cold snaps here in Central Florida. If a vehicle is in, 70 and 80 degree temperature, or even 100 degree temperature, everything seal-wise stays expanded, and it will actually aid in sealing certain things, whether it be a front seal or a water pump seal or anything like that. Well, when you get into cold climates, these seals will actually contract, and when that happens, they won't seal as tight around the sealing surface as they should, and you can develop seepage of oil seals or things of that nature. Now, I will tell you this, and I'm going out here on a limb a little bit, but if you've always used AMSOIL in this engine, I'm going to tell you, John, it's very rare we get a seal leak. Now, oil pressure switches. Now, that is something that I see a lot of on anything, and it doesn't matter what kind of oil you use in an engine, but an oil pressure switch, they've got a little diaphragm inside of them. And over the years, they can get to the point where they can start seeping a little bit of oil. Rubber seals like a front seal in your engine or whatever, it's rare you ever get a leak like that with AMSOIL. Because, see, AMSOIL has ester in that polyalpha olefin synthetic. And as long as you're running AMSOIL, see what it does is it'll keep that seal soft and resilient, so the retaining spring that goes around the lip of it can always pull tighter, as opposed to an engine that's been exposed to a petroleum or a semi-synthetic oil, and the rubber will get hard, and the spring cannot pull tighter against a sealing surface. So usually on an AMSOIL motor, it's very rare you ever experience an oil leak during the life of the vehicle. But the good news is if it is a front seal, that's a lot easier than having to pull the transmission out of one or drop the oil pan like you would on any other engine. Front seal, you'd pull the belts and the crankshaft pulley out of that 5.2 and pop a new seal in it and call it a day. So it's not a huge job, even if it has to be done. Your best bet is just keep a good close eye on it. And if you do see any seepage underneath the car, then, get it in, and we'll go ahead and make 100% sure where the leak is actually at. Hey, we appreciate your call. And John, listen, you're one of my best callers because you're also a customer. We appreciate that too. You have a great weekend.